And I asked people to raise their hand. They like smelling their books, and most of them did raise their hand.
I'm a comic book sniffer.
Smell that? That's the smell of new comic books.
So I was glad to see that, because I've been laughed at on more than one occasion for that.
I don't know what's going on, you guys.
I thought that was me.
The anticipation was killing me.
It's so interesting how sometimes that likes to work, and I probably should be checking it. Sometimes it really works well, and sometimes it just doesn't, man. And I don't get it. It's all good though. We'll continue to rock on, and make the show good, because that's how we do it around here, you guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. This is the Hot 10 comic show that comes out every Friday here on the House of Stein. You guys can find the list every Friday over on the House of Stein, or on CBSI. And we just rock this shit around here. That's how we do things every Friday, like clockwork. Consistency, baby. I'm here with my boy Popcorn Culture. Make sure you guys sub up to Popcorn Culture. I'm here with the writer of the list, the one and only Ben Stein, and of course, you guys know me, Bryan McClay. Check out Beyond Wednesdays. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. A lot of cool, interesting stuff. Let me give you a quick intro. And that's the intro today. Gotta have some type of intro, man.
Hey, man, it works, right?
Hey, thanks. 79 live chilling in the chat. It is an interesting list tonight. We got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. First of all, one of the things I do want to talk about is our boy Popcorn Culture's channel. If you guys aren't following Popcorn Culture, there's a problem. He is dropping just amazing content on a weekly, if not daily basis, you guys. And he is at 576 subs right now. We need to get him above 600 subs. So go over there, hit that subscribe button. 576 subs. I've got 84 people in the chat right now. Absolutely amazing channel.
Thank you.
And I wish you guys could have been there live for one of the coolest moments in popcorn culture history. This amazing moment of the rip cam at Popcorn Culture was just unreal. And I'm going to actually share that with you guys right now. Here we go.
Version of of Jose Abreu. That's actually a really good comparison because they're older guys. Brandon Crawford. I have blue. I have a blue. What's a blue, Joe?
To 50.
Oh my God. Here we go, guys. Blue. Okay. It's sideways, and I think it's a Mariner. Please be.
Oh man. Oh.
Oh! 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 It's numbered to 150, but I'll take it's 150 of 150. Oh!
Oh my God.
Isn't that thing beautiful, gentlemen?
It took me like a second, maybe even 2 full seconds to process what was happening. It's just, I went, oh, like I didn't know what to say, and then once it hit me, the excitement, the adrenaline, I was just I get blacked out. I don't know what happened.
That's awesome, bro. That's
Yeah,
so great.
yeah, I'm so happy for you. Well, I'm happy for
Yeah.
both of you.
Thank you
Good.
guys.
Yeah, I'm just glad that Richie recorded his, because Richie didn't get the tongue lashing that I got from Stein for not recording mine.
Yeah,
Gotta
I mean,
record.
Brian was
Gotta
basically. I mean,
record.
you could you. I mean that I mean, on the outside looking in, and that was. I mean, me and Joe, that was like true emotion right there.
Yeah.
And Brian had the same. Just to let you guys know, I don't know if I told you guys this, but he called me right away when it happened, and he had the same exact vibe coming through the phone. I could feel it. And it.
Yeah.
Brian's had a ton of weight on his shoulders. Like I could tell Brian was questioning himself, but buying that case because of this SP thing and Top screwing him over. It was almost like it was lifted, and I could tell
Yeah.
through the phone. So that's
It
how
was awesome. It was great, dude. It was great. So, very, very cool stuff. You guys get that type of content, which is amazing content, over at Popcorn Culture. You guys check the link in the description below. I'm gonna drop the link for everybody that's in the live chat. I'm gonna drop the link to Richie's site right here. Let's get this guy to 1,000 subs as fast as possible. He's at 576. He's more than halfway there, and we can help him get there. It's a big moment, and this is super cool. So I'm gonna actually share this clip, and if I can at some point. But yeah, this is the clip. I'll share it for everybody in the live chat if you want to share it or go watch the full video. There you go. That is the chance. It was absolutely amazing. We watched it. It was funny because I was literally opening 3 jumbo boxes when I got a message from Richie like, dude, check this out. And we watched it live on the Wednesday show this week, and it was so much fun. And
I was blowing them up.
watch.
I was
Yeah.
all caps and shit.
Yeah.
Why aren't you paying attention to me? And he's live. He's like on a show. There's like 200 people in the live chat, and he's going through his thing. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" And then Brian even said to Trey, and like, I guarantee you, he's fucking blowing me up.
It was awesome, dude. It was so good, dude. So, all right, you guys know how this works. We go through the hottest 10 comics on the secondary market this week, as written by the one and only Ben Stein. And of course, we started all off with the almost 10. The almost 10 are those books that maybe just didn't have enough to make it to the main list, and a lot of books that we think that you should kind of know about, that maybe had sales, or that we recognized this week, or that we saw that we had never seen, or just kind of gives us a reason to talk about really, really cool books. So it's the fun stuff, that's for sure. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. The almost 10. And we start off this week with a beautiful old school Mike Mayhew cover. I give Mike Mayhew a lot of crap. I'll be the first to say it. The shoe covers, all the different exclusives that all look kind of the same, but every once in a while, Mike Mayhew's still putting out fire, just major heat. Like for example, those great Miles covers with the boom box and the graffiti behind them, and the Kangol hat. That was good stuff. But this right here is old school Mike Mayhew. And this is the type of Mike Mayhew that we love to talk about. An absolutely beautiful Uncanny X-Men book right here. Ben, what's going on with this?
Yeah, so this was he did like variant. He did like a bunch of these vampire variants, right? He didn't do all of them though, right?
No, I don't think so. There was a bunch of vampire variants that they're like doing that month. This is the 529 Uncanny X-Men 529, the 1 in 10 for everybody listening.
Yeah, but I know he did a bunch of them, or he did several of them though. Like did he do the X-23 as well?
I think so. We'll have to look into that. Chat, let us know.
Yeah, this one, these I think a lot of these vampire variants looked really good that month. This one you don't see that. I have seen it, but not often. But it is only 1 in 10. But it sold this week for 75, which is I don't know, like there's not a whole lot of X-Men books that like do really well anymore. It seems like there's just like a big gap of, eh, nothing really major is going on in X-Men, uh, and I know they sell a lot of copies just like to monthly readers, but there's nothing like pressing with X-Men for a long time.
Yeah.
Nothing like
Unless it's a variant like this.
right. I mean, this is an old school, uh, old school variant, um, and just the reds on this just pop for
Yeah.
sure. Pressing with X-Men for a long time.
Yeah. There we go.
Is that
Fix
me?
that.
Was that
That was
me?
you. That was me playing through the speakers. So
Oh, I was like,
yeah.
is that me talking?
And
You
if you
guys
look
get to hear everything now that comes through my speakers. I can't really hide it anymore because I'm pumping audio through this crazy voice meter banana that I'm still having yet to figure out. But I've got an idea on it. And because of that, you guys, we've got some really cool stuff coming for content creation on both of our channels. At some point in the near future, you guys are going to be able to call in to us through Discord chat. So going to be very, very cool. Make sure you guys download Discord on your PCs or your phone so you guys can call in and talk to us. So
on the
Oh, that's cool.
radar collectibles. What's
there you
up?
go. So what is this selling for now?
75. This used to only be like a $20 or $25 book, so I'm not sure why it's selling for 75, but there's not very many of them for sale. So
Great book, great Emma and Cyclops book. I'm never been a fan of Cyclops, but for only 2 times. One, when he had that badass blue and yellow suit in X Factor days, that really cool one. I think X Factor like 68, I think was when he that badass cover. And 2, when he quit being a pussy and he was dating or in love or partners with or just straight shagging Emma Frost. And that is when Cyclops was badass. That was when he was the best. He was no longer a simp for Jean Grey. And I understand being a simp for redheads. I get it. But man, when you got that diamond, like it's straight diamond. So good stuff. Next on the list. Hardware. The final issue. Number 50. Another $75 book right now.
crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
all these milestone last issues are what they had. What Blood Syndicate? Obviously, the Static is exceptionally expensive. What were some of the other ones that they had? Icon.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Hardware, Icon. I have a ton. I don't have this one though. I wish.
The last 5 issues for all those series feel like they were just straight heat. And they had some of them had those badass Mobius covers.
Icon
Yeah.
Rocket. Icon and Rocket. There's that one. So yeah.
Good
This
stuff.
one's really cool. This looks straight, like straight out of the 90s. Everything about it just looks like
It looks like you could feel the paper. 90s paper.
oh yeah, for sure. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even know. I can't remember if I actually read any of these milestone titles. I think I read some of the hardware at the beginning, but I don't remember. I know I didn't get anywhere close to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what? It's like what? The milestone is like basically like Vertigo, right? But like a subsidiary of DC.
No, yeah, it was a subsidiary. It was a black owned. I don't know if they could call it black owned, but a lot of black creators. That was DC. You could tell they were trying to do that. Give a like a what do they call it? An imprint. I think that's what they call it. So
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
it
it was
was
great.
yeah, I mean it was just basically given black artists that didn't, or and writers and stuff that didn't necessarily have a chance at Superman, at least give them a starting point, and they could and these are all new characters as well, so none of them were like
Right.
rehashed or anything like that, so it gave them kind of creative freedom to do that.
Yeah, it was great. Good stuff. All right, next on the list, Scud the Disposable Assassin. I remember this book when it came out, how big this book was. This was a very, very big book when it came out. And it's kind of gotten some love over the years. It'll pop up here and there. It's been on the Hot 10, the Almost 10 a couple of times, I believe, but it's back. And tough book right here.
Yeah, yeah. Be careful. There is a second and third print. The third print is easier to tell. The second print's a little. It says second print, but if you're not paying attention, you could miss it because there's no barcode or anything on this. But yeah, this doesn't come up for sale. I mean, this is not like readily available anywhere. But an CGC 8.0 of this sold for 130 this week, which is a lot for an 8.0. But when you don't see these, these super, rare indies and stuff like that come up, people just take what they can get.
Yeah. Great action figure cover for this too, like Half Price Crook is talking about. Shout out Crook. What up, brother? It's good to see you. Shout out Aaron Yee, Chloe's Comic Swag in the house, one of the best IG accounts there is. A lot of people in the chat, 127 live. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, tough book, tough to find in any grade, yet alone high grade. So I'm not surprised an 8.0 is selling for that much. So,
yep.
Next on the list, this is a weird one that I've never heard of, never seen until Stein brings it up. And I feel like this has been brought up before at some point by you, but I could be wrong. Tales from the Creep, #2. I love that play on that title, Tales from the Creep, from Antarctic Press. And that is a creepy cover right there.
Yeah, if I brought it up before, it went in one of my own ears and out the other, because I don't remember this at all. But yeah, I mean, it's got that horror, like 90s vibe or something like that to it for sure. Sold for $40. This is an Antarctic Press book. So
old school Antarctic Press, right? Or how old is this?
This is September of 2015. So this is only 7. So it's not terribly old. I just don't remember ever seeing it, but
yeah, it's interesting, man. It's a cool book. Very cool book. It's only 2 issues. So there was only issue 1 and issue 2, of course, inspired by EC Comics.
What's the cover for #1 look like?
Let me see if I can find it here. On the fly.
I probably should know that. But
yeah. Oh, this is maybe where we saw it first. Is this you talking about the original cover? Here we go. Look, this is a interesting cover.
Sexy.
Yeah, it is. That's for sure.
I don't remember that either. Gosh, how do I not remember that?
So creepy.
The conquistador zombie coming out of the water. Yeah, man.
No.
2 issues, only 2 issues, anthology series from Antarctic Press.
What is this selling for?
40 for this one. I don't know what #1 is, but I saw this #2 sold for 40.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, next on the Almost 10, an interesting book. There is, listen, one of the people that has been very good about giving you guys free cornbread without you guys knowing it is Ben Stein. And he's very good about going to these comic shops around the country and looking in places that you guys will normally not look. And one of those places that he likes to look a lot and finds just amazing stuff is Vampirella. And Vampirella Monthly, #21 right here, has a ton of covers. It's got 2 cosplay covers. But look at this Joseph Michael Linsner cover right here. That cover is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Now, this series is from 1997, and there's a ton of covers for the series. As you can see, you got these 4, and then you have a ton of different ones, right? You've got the Linsner chrome cover, the gold cover, you got a blue cover, you've got a hollow cover. And the hollow cover right now is selling for a grip. And don't like sleep on these old school holochrome refractor style covers. There's a lot of really good ones. There's a really good darkness one. There's a really good Gen 13 one. And now you guys got a new one to look for, this Vampirella one. Tell us about this, Ben.
Yeah, my comic shop said this was limited to 500. I don't know if this came. Harris did some of those. They had like certificates with some of their variants. I don't know if this one did or didn't. But yeah, these refractor covers are just, they're so cool, and they're so, if you like sports cards, you love refractors and prisms. They're just the prettiest cards. And when they did this back in the late 90s, they just were awesome. They look so good. This one is called the Metal Tex Holochrome. I don't know what Metal Tex stands for, because I was thinking, well, maybe it's Mark Teixeira, but this is a Linsner cover, so I have no idea what Metal Tex means. But this sold for 150 raw this week. If it's only 500, it's probably pretty hard to find. But if you were part of the 90s comics, you just have like a, I don't know, like a soft spot in your heart for Linsner covers, for you just do. I mean, it's just part of the 90s for sure.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man. That's for sure. I love this type of stuff. I shout out to Ultra, who reminded me of the amazing Darkness holograph holochrome book that I remembered from my youth and just took forever for me to find. I finally found one, and it got me down this.
I was gonna say, which Darkness was it? Because I can't even think of which one had a holochrome.
I'll grab it here in a second when we talk about the next book, just so we don't have dead air. But it is a crazy, crazy book. It's beautiful. I think it's within arm's reach of me. I just need to go a second to go grab it. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful book. And be on the lookout for the other editions of this, because this is, this is a limited. They're all limited. They're all a little bit different, as you can see. And this is back in the day, 97, I think I said, right? 95, yeah. 97. So, early on, they were doing this, pulling this off, maybe even better than a lot of people pull it off these days. So, and we'll get into that more during the show. Trust us. So, all right. How much was the holochrome selling for again?
150 raw.
Not bad. Not bad. All right. Next on the Almost 10, we've got Betty and Veronica on the Almost 10, ladies and gentlemen. This is the double digest number 224. And yeah, I think we can all see why it's on the list. Let them know, Ben.
Yeah, so if you can't see, if you're watching on your phone or something, you can't read the word bubbles on this. This is an innuendo cover. And Veronica says, "Get rid of that swimsuit right now." And Betty says, "No, you get rid of that swimsuit." And all the guys are all standing around watching. So,
yeah.
What's funny about all these innuendo covers is, like, I think I would, like, I've got a bunch of Betty and Veronica covers, but I kind of wish, instead of them being in high school, I wish they were the setting was college. Like, it just,
for sure.
It just seems weird that it's not, but
you have kids too, so
yeah, it's a weird to see these innuendos. But yeah, these digests are digest size, so they're much smaller. A lot of times you'll see these like at shops, you'll see like a whole big stack of these little Archie digest things. There's some really good covers in there, so don't pass on this. This one, a fine minus, like, it was beat. It was not in good shape at all. So for $45 of this, so just, I know most people don't look through those little digest things, but some of these definitely sell for good money. So don't forget about them.
Is this like one of those images that we use on eBay when we get brand new books? What do they call those? Generic images? Because I always thought there was like a newsstand UPC school on the front, right?
There might be.
Interesting.
Shout out to Swag, who says, shout out to you guys for giving us the CBSI Hot 10 each and every week. Smash that like, y'all. Thank you, you guys. Make sure you're following Swaggle House Comics and Games, another amazing content creator in our community.
Absolutely.
I also want to quickly shout out Journos Comics. So make sure you guys go check out Journos. I was lucky enough just to jump on his show tonight before the Hot 10 and had a very interesting conversation. Make sure you guys go check that out. And at the end of the Hot Almost 10, I want to talk about another amazing thing coming up, care of Bronze Age Nerd, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. So 150 watching live right now. We're going to wait till a couple more people will come in to talk about the amazing stuff that Bronze Age Nerd is doing, I believe, right now. So just a couple more minutes and we'll get into it. All right. Next on the list, here's that crazy M&M cover that we were talking about before the show, Richie. This is one of my favorite series, MFKZ, or Motherfuckers, as I like to say it. Number 6, and this whole series is got some amazing covers in it. Garbage Pail Kid homages. I love the character designs on the characters. Of course, this became a series on, was it Netflix or Hulu? I can't remember. But yeah, very cool
Hulu.
cover. Okay, very cool cover, and an Eminem homage, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, I didn't know anything. I didn't even know this book. I don't know where you even buy this book. It's not listed on my comic shop, so it must be some kind of store exclusive, but I have no idea where it comes from or anything like that. I just saw that this was selling for like $30 to $50. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. If anybody knows, do you know where it came from, Brian?
No, this is a super cool book, though. Line Breakers exclusive is what I'm hearing. Line Breakers exclusive. Line Breakers might be a comic shop, but yeah, this is a very interesting one. And how much did you say it goes for?
30 to 50.
All right, you guys. So I'm gonna do you guys all a favor that watch the show live.
Live sale, live purchase.
Go eat, ladies and gentlemen. Go eat.
Is it a virgin, Ben?
Yes,
The-
yes, it is. Yes,
Yep.
and
That
if you
came
buy
out
multiples and make money off of it, send me one. All right, here we go. I like it. It's a cool book. Check out the other MFKZ covers; they're really good. Next book on the list. A beautiful, gorgeous Witchblade cover right here. This is Witchblade number 185. I love the Witchblade covers towards the end of the run and the late 100s and the 200 range. Witchblade 185, the Sejic variant. There's also amazing, like, I feel like a lot of these amazing artists kind of got their come up on Witchblade during this time, including John Tyler Christopher had some amazing covers in that run.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you ignore pretty much anything in the 100s, there's variants for most of the issues, if not all. I can't think of. Well, there's a lot of them, but there are some great covers in there. Yeah, and this one doesn't feel like Witchblade at all with that all white.
Agreed.
It just feels like something completely fantasy,
Special,
sci-fi, something or another.
Last issue, series finale, 185. So.
Yeah. You don't see this one that often. This one, I'm not even sure that this was an incentive. Maybe it was, but I don't know if it was. But it's sold for $65 this week. So, I think it's just I think they listed as a C cover or something like that, but I don't know what
It's
that.
an incentive. Looks like a 125 or 120, 125.
Beautiful.
Yep.
All right. Next on the list. This is an interesting one, you guys. An illustrated history of Heidi Saha. This is a magazine, I believe, right? Am I correct on that? It is a
Looks like
it only has 500 copy print run. You had to get it via a mail order, which makes it even cooler. 36 pages, black and white, and a tribute to the 14-year-old girl who competed in costume contests as Vampirella and other characters at fan conventions in the early 70s. So, very controversial. It's published by Vampirella creator Forrest Ackerman, because she was so young, and there was quote unquote weird rumors that she appeared nude in this, which is creepy as hell. But yeah, this book is very, very tough to come by for obvious reasons. Interesting book.
So weird, right? Like this, when I saw this, I was like, "What is this? This is so weird. Like, who is
Yeah.
Heidi Saha?" And I mean, then I was like, "Oh, it's a Warren magazine." I was like, "Well, this is from like '73 or something." I was like, "Well, Warren did the Vampirella stuff back then." Um, Never heard of this book or this whatever this is, this magazine book, whatever it is. I see all kinds of oh my gosh, this is a creepy magazine. Yeah, it's a bit strange.
You want to
But
hear something even stranger that like this just makes you go like, what the hell? Heidi's dad is the person that coined the term Trekkie for Star Wars fans.
what?
Wow.
What? That is weird.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
weird fun fact.
Yeah.
Well, this sold. It looked like it was about in 5.0 condition. It sold for 400. I don't. I don't know if I would want this, even if I don't know that. It's just one of those that I'm like, I don't think I would. I don't think I'd want this for myself, right?
No, I agree. And there's you can go to Key Collector has a little thing on it, and you can see pictures of what's inside. It's nothing like nude or anything like that, but it does show her in a Vampirella cosplay. So that's interesting. But yeah, it does feel kind of creepy. I'll be honest, it does feel kind of creepy. But here's the weird thing where lines kind of blur in a wrong way, and I could see Vampirella fans kind of being on the lookout for something like this, which again, it's weird. That's for sure.
What is and maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe this is what happens when I get old. Where it says an illustrated history, the word history. Look at the H. Why does it look like
Yeah,
that?
that is
Oh
weird.
yeah, it like connects to the yeah. It's like two H's almost, right?
Yeah.
Why
That
is
is
it
weird. I hope that's not some type of like, how like
Sex
pineapples
symbol.
are. Yeah, like how pineapples are for swingers. Like I hope that isn't some type of like thing for like I don't know. Anyways, it is weird. It is. I agree, Tony.
Two's company, three's a sandwich.
Yeah.
Keith playing some cover tune said that his dad is the second cousin to Kevin Bacon. What? Is that
Very
real?
interesting. I hope so.
That man, that is some weird.
Yeah.
That is a rabbit hole I was not expecting to go down.
Hey, I'm glad we showed that book, Tales from the Creep.
Yeah. Here's the one that goes along with it. All right, next on the list. This is a good one, though. Middle West, #1, the Scotty Young variant.
Yeah, I haven't seen this for a while. Like, I know it was popular back when Middle West was popular, but that was, what year was that?
2018?
Like 4 or 5 years ago
Almost
now?
4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
Gosh, that's insane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's still just a 1 in 20. It sold for 100 and a quarter. But there hadn't been a sale for a long time. I don't know if 100 and a quarter is good anymore or bad. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't really know if Middle West if anybody's even buying Middle West, but
yeah. I'll be right back real quick.
Yeah, you're good. It's crazy how some of these like image titles they start off and everybody's like all in on it, and then it's not that they just even disappear. They just like you just don't. They're ghosts. Like you don't even hear. Nobody talks about it. Nobody mentions it. Like when's the last time that anybody talked about Seven to Eternity?
Yep. Yeah, you're right. And it's like it takes some kind of rumor about being optioned for it to get any bit of popularity, FMV wise, or just like from a collector reader standpoint. And then, a few months goes by and then boom, it's like tumbleweeds, And
It's so
I mean,
weird, right?
what happened to Donny Cates? What was that? The one with the vampires, something tooth or what the hell? I don't know.
Baby teeth.
Baby teeth. That was a popular one at first and didn't really get a lot of equity build, but I mean, it was really popular. Middle West has always had really good feedback. I mean,
Yeah.
supposedly the I've never read it, but supposedly the story is unbelievable. And on top of that, guys, just to let you know, this book was ordered pretty good in the sense for an indie. I mean, it is a #1 issue. There is a third print that looks kind of like this cover, but the coloring is unbelievable. Also, Scotty Young. It's only 5K orders on Comic-Con for that one as well. It's like $10.
Not bad. All right, we've got one more interesting book, but first we're gonna bring in our homie, Mighty Mel V. What's up, brother?
Oh, brother, what's going on, brothers? My name is Toussaint.
Toussaint.
Toussaint, yeah. We're gonna get into that, bro. We're gonna get into that. That's for sure. We got some interesting stuff to get into tonight. We're almost done with the almost 10, you guys. We've got one more quick entry. It's actually 2 entries, but it's very interesting. A lot of people don't really know the importance of these 2 books right here. A lot of people think of Lobo and his first appearance in Omega Men. By the way, be on the lookout for not only Omega Men 3, but Omega Men #2, where they cameo it, and Omega Men what is this?
Is it 5, the origin?
5. Yeah, 5, the second appearance.
So you're telling me 2 is the first appearance of Lobo?
Yeah, 2 is actually the very first appearance, and #5. And if you guys take a look here, so this is how Lobo looked in Omega Man. He looks like a skinny clown.
Yeah, that ain't Lobo. That's Ronald McDonald.
That ain't Lobo, right? That's Ronald McDonald. That ain't Lobo.
I was thinking like David Bowie.
Yeah, Kiss. Yeah, it's like, it was like exactly. Stanley, right? Right. So, Gene Simmons. This is your real, true first appearance of the Lobo that the Bastille guy, the space riding badass Lobo. This is it. This is his like when you first see that Lobo we all know and love. Justice League International #19, and then 18 and 19, I believe. These are the books you want to be on the lookout for. 18 and 19 to add if you're a Lobo fan. And Lobo, of course, getting a big, huge bump because of James Gunn. We all saw that writing on the wall. These are 2 books you want to add to your collection if you're a Lobo fan and you want the real, where Lobo becomes the Lobo we all know and love right here. Just League International.
Omega Man 37 is your first solo story for him. And just to add what Brian was saying, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Mel. I'll be done. 1 second. I've read Omega Man 3 a bunch of times, and I mean, all the like I'm kind of with Mel, and I think Brian kind of feels the same. I accept the first full appearance, the whole idea of it, but it's a glorified second appearance term. But in Omega Man 3. I mean, he doesn't even really say anything. I don't even think he's named, is he?
No, I don't. He doesn't talk much. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
It's been a while since I read it, but it was one of the first books I've ever read when I got back into comics.
Yeah. So, very interesting. So be on the lookout for these 2.
So I was saying, I see Jason Momoa had posted something that seemed like a Lobo picture. They missed the calling. I always said Momoa should have been Lobo. He would have been perfect.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, yeah, that's very cool stuff. I love that stuff. That is the almost 10, you guys. But before we get on to the rest of the list, there's 179 people watching right now. I want to do a couple things before that. I want to show you guys all the Chromium book that Ultra I was talking about, reminded me about, and I had to pick up. This is the Darkness #11. Look at this Chromium cover.
Darkness.
Oh, that looks good.
It's got like the mojo
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got like a plaid look or a
Yeah.
X-Fractor or something.
Yeah, it's like Mojo style, dude. It's beautiful,
Way
gorgeous.
better than lenticular. Way better.
Right. So that's great and everything. It's absolutely amazing. But what is also great is something that our homie Bronze Age Nerd is doing at Drip. I
Yeah.
think he should be doing it after we're done tonight. Veterans Day benefit on Drip for Mission 22. Shout out to Bronze Age Nerd for pulling that off. So if you guys get a chance, pull him up on your phone while you're watching us on your TV or vice versa, and maybe bid on some stuff. You guys can go over to Bronze Age Nerds IG to do it. And then
100% proceeds go to charity.
Yeah,
Yes.
which is very cool.
And anybody watching on this Veterans Day, thank you so much for your service. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I'm going to take this moment to shamelessly plug my sale tomorrow. I have a Todd McFarlane sale tomorrow where I will be selling a ton of Todd McFarlane books. Not only or a lot of Spider-Man stuff, signed Spider-Man stuff. So if you guys look at that, beautiful. If you guys couldn't get in on the Todd McFarlane Signature Series stuff, I got a ton of Todd McFarlane Signature Series CGC graded stuff. I'm going to have a lot of cool variants and a ton of his Spider-Man work, plus a ton of homage covers and a ton of other cool stuff, a ton of Lobo stuff, all kinds of stuff tomorrow. That is at 12 p.m. Arizona time, which will be 2 p.m. Eastern. So go check that out. You guys can find all that information in the links in my bio to IG, which is right there at Bryan McClay. Come check it out. That is the Almost 10, brought to you by Beyond Wednesdays. Mel, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good.
You're looking good.
Thank you. I was supposed to come last week, hang out with you guys, but hanging out with Big Leg, doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing. And
oh, you can't pass that up, bro. You can't ever pass that up.
Yo, he had to help me into a cab. I felt like Superman. I felt like Clark Kent in Superman 2. We walked in that diner and got punched in the stomach. That's how I felt, man. I lost my powers, man. I can't do this shit no more.
Yeah, it's just like it's if I don't get at least 7.5 hours sleep, I'm done.
Oh, I don't know what 7 hours sleep is anymore.
But when we were in our 20s, we could up all
2
night,
hours,
go to work, come back.
It's rough, dude. It is rough. So, all right. DT says, I remember having a stack of that Darkness book when I worked at Diamond. Oh man, that is that would be cool. All right. Let's get into the list, you guys. This is the Hot 10 list brought to you by the one
that nobody has seen yet.
Right. I have a question for Ben. Is this going to be ongoing or?
Yes, it should be ongoing.
I don't know.
It should be.
You guys let me know if you guys.
I don't want to be on, but I do like it like this.
Yeah, but you guys let me know. Let me know in the chat if you want me to wait. And this was not intentional. The last 2 weeks, I've just been so busy. But if you guys want me to wait until the show to hit the publish button, I can do that. I'll do whatever you guys want.
Somebody asked me, said, Mel, I know you got the preview for the list. I said, I don't. I never got a preview for the list.
Well, this is good because you guys get to see it with everybody else, right? And get the reactions. So that's why I really like it. And everybody gets reactions on the chat too. So you guys hit that thumbs up. 187 live watching right now. Hit that subscribe button. Check all the links below. And let's get into the list.
Let's do it.
With our Golden Age book of the week that is absolutely beautiful, you guys. Man on Mars, #1. Ben, I saw this. I had to put it in my market report this week because this is one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen. And I can't believe this is from 1952.
Right. This has a modern feel to it.
Yeah, this
Very
is
She-Hulk-ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the first appearance of John Glenn saving She-Hulk, and and shooting some aliens at the same time. I mean that looks like She-Hulk, right?
And John Glenn, a young John Glenn. You're right.
I mean, is She-Hulk a ripoff of this? I mean, she looks exactly. I mean, she identical, the hair and everything.
Kind of looks like MCU Gamora too.
Yeah. How long before it still homages this cover?
next week. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't even know if they could homage these because I don't feel like they could do the coloring right, like the old LB Cole colors and stuff. I don't think they can do it. It's so computer generated now that it washes these bright colors. I mean, there's like 6 primary color
Yeah, it's
or 6,
beautiful, dude.
not 6 primary colors, but you know what I mean.
Secondary,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Totally.
I mean they're just basically just very basic colors, and I don't think computers can do that anymore, or at least it feels like they can't.
Yeah, beautiful. This is like one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen from that time period. And when I saw it, and the copy that sold this week was kind of tattered, if I remember correctly. It was a raw
Yeah.
copy, and
Yes.
it still looked beautiful.
The artist, and I will tell you who the artist that is on the cover. It is, because I haven't hit publish yet. It is Maurice Whitman.
Oh,
Beautiful.
He's definitely ahead of his time because this looks like something that'll come out like a couple of years ago. Line work is phenomenal. Like I said, it looks like She-Hulk's great.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. It is absolutely beautiful. And how much? Remind everybody what it sold for this week.
1,000 raw. I don't know. To be honest, I know there's some old school people that still keep these Golden Age raw. I don't know why you would.
I do.
I mean, the markup, even if this thing got a CGC 2, just the fact that it's not a green label and it's a blue label, it makes these books so much more liquid.
So that matters for Golden Age more than the other books, probably, right?
Yeah,
like, price hike wise.
Yeah, it's not as like if you're getting into like 60s and 70s books, it's not as important because there's less restoration. But these Golden Age books, you want to make sure that because it's not like you look at these books, you don't really know how many pages are supposed to be in there. You can figure it out, but it's not like you're like, oh, I know Man of Mars #1 has 32 pages. Well, I have no idea how many pages are in Man of Mars #1. But just having that, it's kind of the same thing with sports cards too. There's some of those old school collectors that just love having them raw, but man, you get those slabbed up and verified, and the people know that they're not fakes or trimmed or anything like that. It makes it so much more liquid.
Like 90 Fleer, like those 90 Fleer Jordans and stuff that out of those wax packs that it's like a 3rd, 4th, 5th year card. Raw, they're like $2, but you get a PSA 10, it's like 1,000.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the the Hot 10 honorable mention, any Kevin Conroy signature series book right now.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace to the great Kevin Conroy, 66 years old when he passed away.
Young, bro.
Did they ever say what he passed away from?
No, but I'll be honest, over the last couple of years, he's kind of looked a little frail, and I wonder if he's just been fighting for cancer for a while or something like that. Chat, if anybody knows in the chat how he passed, but my brother said it to me today. He's like, Kevin Conroy is Batman for me. Like a lot of people that grew up in the time of Batman the Animated Series, when I read Batman in the comics, I hear Kevin Conroy's voice in my head. You know what I mean? That's how Batman sounds to me. So to a lot of people, that is Batman. And if I had any book to get him to sign, I would love to have a Batman Adventures #1 signed by him. It's such an important thing. So yeah, intestinal cancer. Yeah, that's terrible, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that whole series, I was in high school when it came out, but I still watched it religiously. It was just, that opening intro scene was just, the music was perfect. Conroy's voice was perfect for this, and that cartoon was way ahead of its time, and still holds up. Like it's still watchable 30 years later. It's still watchable.
There's a documentary about the series on YouTube that you can watch for free. It's called The Heart of Batman, and it is one of the best documentaries you will ever see. Not just comic documentaries, not just animated, animation documentaries. One of the best documentaries of all documentaries you will ever see. It is fascinating. It is done so well, and it goes deep into, Bruce Timm, how big part of Bruce Timm was to Batman Adventures. Even bigger part of Batman Adventures than Paul Dini was, and he doesn't get that much credit. They talk about the first time they heard Kevin Conroy in the booth, and they immediately knew, and like getting Mark Hamill for Joker and all this crazy. It's such an amazing series, and any fan of comics and Batman need to see it. It's on YouTube. It's called The Heart of Batman. So good stuff. All right, let's get into the list, you guys. At number 10, there it is, boys. Ninja Funk #1 is on the list, and I'm sure this is going to take a nice little chunk of time for us to talk about this.
Is this the regular cover? Because I don't think I've ever seen a regular cover.
This is the A cover. I'll be honest. There are so many variants. I had no idea which one to go with, so I just put the picture of the A cover. But my gosh, there are so many variants and so many homages that you can't. There's too many of them. I can't even keep up with how many there are.
How many are there? Chat, do we know? I know there's over 30.
I know. There's 11 covers from the publisher and distributor, and I think there's 19 or 20 store variants, because there was 30 or 31 covers total when Jack was on the show.
I'm pretty sure it's more than 21 store variant.
Then it must be they must have just came out.
Put it like this: they got enough of these covers to make a card set. So
speaking of card set, I'm glad you brought that up, because I got two in the mail from Whatnot, and it was signed by the artist. Just came in the mail just the other day, and it's the Jordan Fleer year, rookie year. That what is that? 86 Fleer? 86.
What is the Ninja Funk homage or that poof stuff?
It's an homage, and it's Ninja Funk 1, and it's the Jordan that Bryan bought.
The classic, yeah.
But then here's where they messed up. It's the Fleer, but on Donruss where it has the blue rated rookie, they homaged that and put first appearance. So they have Donruss and Fleer on one deal. I don't know if they messed that up or not.
Well, and even the ones that Brian's showing here, like I know the one that kind of stood out to me was the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, there's a B-side. Shout out to people from B-side.
Let me show you guys the best.
That's not on this list here.
There's only one that I would recommend anybody get.
Yeah,
that is it right there. You guys.
No, and my boy Freaking Rad, he did one. He's a dope artist. He did one. It's like a Back to the Future looking thing. It looks. I mean, he's very, very talented artist. But those are my two favorite.
Yeah, this is the only one I will own. I am in the same mindset as Mel. I don't do exclusive variants anymore. I love the story. I love the character design. It's very interesting. JP seems like a really good dude. I met him for time in San Diego, and I've heard nobody has talked badly about the guy. It's been nothing but good talk about him. But I'm gonna be honest, you guys, 60 to 70 exclusive variants for this book is not good for the community, for the hobby. It is absolutely destroying the hobby. I think that people that continue to put out all, like, if we continue to see this, it's just going to happen faster. And I get it that you open up a lot of doors for new artists and artists that have never been found, and it gives artists a bunch of more money in this. But listen, you can't keep doing this, because you're just devaluing the product. And let's be honest, the majority of people that are buying these books at this point aren't buying them to read. They're buying them to collect and to flip and gain value. If you're just buying, this book to read, you're not buying all these covers. You're not. It's a collecting thing. It's not good for the hobby.
So here's the first one. I'm just saying, let me put this back.
Hold on here.
So here's the first one. You see where I was talking about the first appearance thing? And then here's the other one. Oh, shit.
Okay, this is going to be a really stupid question. What is this book even about?
I don't know what it's about. All I know, and I'll read it off to you guys.
I mean, I see a cat on all these, so there must has something to do with a cat.
Basically, hold on here. Let me read it off to you guys. It's interesting. So I guess JP and his boys are his, the guys that helped create this, are old school DJs. I guess they used to DJ parties and stuff, and it sounds like that's kind of like what this is about. It's kind of like a play on that, if that makes sense. Let me see here. Right,
so the guys is the
so here we
stage
go.
name Ninja Funk?
Yeah, frequency bending warrior DJs, cyborg house cats, the broken rhythm of the universe. This is a comic like you've never seen before. A fun, high stakes adventure weaving together with face melting beats. Ninja Funk follows a ragtag band of misfits as they attempt to save the universe that's off key. Now, here's the thing. I don't necessarily say this is what it is because I think it's awesome sounding. It sounds great. It does kind of have a little bit of a feeling of like a Saga. You know what I mean? Like it was influenced heavily by Saga. Gotcha. I don't know if that's true, right? It kind of has that look to it. It has that what's the name of the Saga robot that has the TV head, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I get the same feeling. I have a question though. Did David Mack do that cover here?
No, but David Mack did do a cover.
That's David Mack.
It is David Mack? Okay.
That's his signature down in the bottom right in the corner.
There you go. Yeah, David Mack. So when I say that the story is awesome, I say it sounds awesome. It sounds like the little preview of it sounds cool. What I just read sounds cool. And I'm going to ask you guys something, and I just want to put this I want to put this out to everybody and just kind of put it out there in the ether. Do you think that that them being on part of Whatnot Publishing and the way that they went about it could hurt them more than it could help them? I guess if that makes sense.
Them who?
The creators.
Yeah.
JP and this. Do you think if they were with another publishing company that I mean, we're not going to know until the future, but it's just an interesting, kind of like
it wouldn't have gotten this much exposure if it was anywhere else.
Gotcha.
And whether
helping them,
whether it be like or whether it be hate. I mean, it's getting a lot more hate than it is getting like, but people are talking about it, and that's what you want as a new book.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a good question, Brian. I think that's actually a really good point. I always tell Brian, I always talk about this all the time. We're like all of our people in our live chat, all of us, all of our friends, we're the community inside the community, right? So I think they're trying to outreach past. They're trying to get into people that are not comic book collectors or are into these adaptation movies, and or maybe trying to reach people and bring them into the community in the sense. So the community, like all of us, all of our live chat, all of our subscribers, all of our friends, all of our circle, we have different opinions, but I think what they're trying to do is go outside of that and make some money.
I tell you one thing, if I was part of the creative team of Ninja Funk 2, I would tell them I don't want nobody doing no store variants for issue 2.
Yeah, I agree. So,
do the creators of these have say so on people doing, or is that just the publisher that says we can do however many variants we want?
That's a good question. That I don't know.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. One of the things about this that has helped it is the amount of exclusive variants that it's done. Right, a lot of retailers out there are doing variants for it. They're pushing it. They're not pushing it. I shouldn't say they're advertising it, which is help pushing it. Let's give Jack a little bit of credit. One of the things that Jack has always been about has been the variant game. He's always, he's been yelling in the aisles about variants for a long time. He's been integral part about what's going on at Whatnot with exclusive variants, and it's one of the things that is helping this book get noticed. At the same time, I hate it that because I mean it's great that it's helping get noticed, but at the same time, I'm like, everybody is also screaming that they don't want all these variants. They definitely are getting tired of it. It's getting old. It's becoming something we complain about rather than go, oh man, this is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I love JP. JP's a great dude, and again, he had an idea. Him and the team had an idea, and it Whatnot helped bring that idea to life, and I respect that. But I think it's a bit too much. Like it's. I told myself, I said, I'm just gonna get the cover A, and that's it. I'm not chasing a million of these variants, and it's too much. It's a time, the place where it's too much, and I think that Ninja Funk has too many covers going on. We'd have been good with just cover A and a couple of variants, not 60. It's
totally agree.
Yeah. But it's selling. Obviously, they're selling. A lot of talk on this book right now.
Now, I will say that because they're Whatnot stuff, probably most of the stuff that you're seeing sold is on Whatnot. But there are.
Well, let's talk about that.
Now,
because that's a big issue.
Yeah. Now, here's another question, and I don't, because I haven't really been following it that closely. I know there's been a bunch of sales of any number of these variants. Are the people who are doing the variants that are on Whatnot probably, are they swapping books to where they're all selling each other's variants, or is like,
I guarantee it. Yeah. Oh yeah. One of the things that happens in that game, and we know this, but we're just explaining it to everybody, is if you don't already have a bunch of like for example, say like and Hive, I use Hive as an example all the time. They're cool with it. They've said it before. Hive will come up with a variant idea, and then they'll go out to their buddies and say, hey, do you want to go in on this? We'll each split the print run, and we'll sell them each, and then we can each do 4 different type of exclusives for this run. You know what I mean? Or if that doesn't happen, say that your Hive Comics, you get a 3,000 print run exclusive in, right? And then you're not going to be able to sell all those. So you say, hey, I'm going to reach out to, Wanted Comics and say, hey, do you want to trade? I see you have a David Mack variant. I have I have an Ivan Tao variant. Do you want to trade 50 copies for your 50 copies, and we'll each sell it? That happens all this time.
Right, but when certain stores, they do that, and then they will embellish the truth and say, oh, 50 print run. They're selling 50, but doesn't mean it's an overall print run, and that's the shit I don't like.
And it's happening again tonight. We're going to get into that more. But here's the other thing that's very interesting. Bleeding Cool put out an article last week. If you guys didn't see it, we talked about it on Saturday night on a Comic Mayhem last week, that a lot of retailers out there are very angry of the fact that the people who did the variants were selling them a week early before comic shops ever got these books in.
But I received this last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Just opened.
But that shouldn't have any, because you ordered cover A. They weren't selling the cover A's. They weren't selling the incentives.
It doesn't matter. Think if you're a comic shop owner, right? So I went into a comic shop on Wednesday of last week, and I asked about this book. I said, is this book here? And he brought it up. He said, no, it got delayed. And to be honest, it kind of stinks that I see all these people selling this book on the Live app. And now that could be taking customers away from buying the book here. Why would they want to read it, buy it from us and read it if they're already buying it on Whatnot? And
they weren't buying it on there. They were buying the variants. They weren't buying the cover A's.
It doesn't matter though.
It does matter.
Why does it matter? You don't think people read the variants? There's people out there that
read the variants. We just said that nobody's read this book. They say they buy it for the art.
I know, but there's people out there that do that. There's Mel. There's a ton of people that we don't even think about that could care less what the cover is. I mean, there's still readers out there. There's not a ton, but there's still readers out there.
I mean, my thing is, I'm going to buy the cover A. I don't, like I said, I want the cover A. I don't want all those other. I'm on the opposite side of the coin where you're talking about. I want the cover A. I don't want the other stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I think, I mean, hopefully, I mean, it works out that way for him. But I mean, I want the stores to strive. But I mean, how many stores even ordered the Ninja Flip? That's what I'm interested to figure out.
That's a great point. Well, what was cool though that I did see is that they did do this big event out in LA where they had a bunch of the artists come and they all signed copies, which was very cool. I thought that was interesting. So we'll just have to. Okay.
Yeah. I got it from LA. They're called Street Level Heroes.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna have to just keep an eye on this, and I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it 100%. I'll definitely read it. I can't wait to get my Hive copy in. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the design on the characters, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with this going forward.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on it.
Hey, shout out to the Hive boys, James.
Yes.
And what's his partner's name?
Jonathan.
Those guys. First, I was just like a retailer, and then I started hanging out with them and started creating content with them, being on live streams, and really got down deep. Especially last week, we had a great live stream on Modern Comic Mayhem. They busted out some really good points, and they seem like really legit dudes. So shout out to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, next on the list at number 9. This is a badass variant, and you guys know me. I hate variants, but I got to give it up for my boy Tony Fleece, who's just awesome. Shout out to him. I know he was out at the LA event. It was pretty cool to see him hanging out with Drew and Jonathan and the whole crew out there. But yeah, this is interesting. Kind of hits your nostalgia, which I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for talking shit about homage variants, but then every once in a while, I love an homage variant. I get it, you guys, but this is a nostalgia hit for sure. It's got the look of the old school Disney. What do they call those special clamshell? No, the clamshell type cases.
VHS case.
They're VHS cases in.
What is this? What is the homage of?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. I just see Lion King like maybe 2 years ago.
I mean, they did that thank you variant for issue 1. I thought it was really good. I think, what has this been as an incentive, right?
It's a 1 in 25. Yeah. So I mean, it's a number 2. So it's probably a little bit more difficult to get than the number 1. But if they're just going to keep doing these Disney variant or Disney homages, my guess is they're probably all going to sell out constantly, just because people love getting this Disney stuff or anything that looks like Disney. This one's selling for 35 to 50, kind of a big range, but this is not my favorite though, Brian. I'll be honest. And
it's not the best, but it's cool. It's got that.
And my wife was literally in the 90s was the biggest Beauty and the Beast. Like she had her whole room in high school was Beauty and the Beast stuff. So, but I haven't shown her this. My guess is she probably wouldn't like it because it's not
a pentagram on a forehead and all that crazy shit. I can understand that. So, but yeah, Tony is awesome. Really good guy. Shout out to both Tony and Trish, who are just awesome, and we love them. All right, next on the list at number 8. This is an interesting one right here. And this is one that I was not surprised to see on the list for what it is, but it's an interesting book for sure. Avengers World number 9. We got some spec going on here, some old school spec.
Right, start shot the window now.
Yeah. This is oh, Chad. Yeah, thank you.
We love you, Chad.
Yeah, no
he's the
kidding.
best.
So this I take my word with a major grain of salt because I don't really know the full story behind this, but apparently this has Azari becoming Black Panther in this or something like that.
He's named.
He's named, yeah.
Just named.
Just named. Some Game of Thrones shit. First name.
Yep.
Yeah.
He appears in like 3 other books before this, but whatever. We're not gonna get into that.
And I see, like, I mean, is it just me, or does that character that's flying in the back look like Watto from
From
Star
Star Wars.
Wars? I
Yeah.
don't know who any of these characters are at all. It's really confusing.
Are they drinking too?
It sure, I mean, it looks like
Yeah.
it. I don't know. It's like it's selling for like $20 to $25 though. So, I'm assuming that it's selling because of
The movie.
the
Yeah.
movie, but that character is not Azari. It's just not. I mean, I know you guys want it to be, but it's just not. It appears. I haven't seen Black Panther yet, but you know, and no spoilers or anything, because obviously I don't even know any spoilers because I haven't seen it.
Right.
But if Azari is the spawn of T'Challa and Storm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
'cause
another
Yeah.
universe, right? Or another
So
timeline.
yes,
Outside
so
continuity. Yeah.
so that has absolutely nothing to do with what is in this movie. So
I mean, that comic and movie spec, we could throw that shot out the window now. That's over. You just give they probably just take a concept, forget about who their mother and father was.
amalgamize.
Yeah, and just here you're gonna get this, and then like I was watching last week, Azari's name was Azari T'Challa, and then I don't want to spoil it, so I won't say anything.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, I still think it's. I mean, it's like if it's not even remotely the same. I mean, just because it's a kid of of Black Panther doesn't mean it's the same character at all. I mean, it's just,
Right.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe some people are looking in the wrong places just because there is no.
I mean, it was a spec play. That's what we do. Spec is not you're not always 100% right.
That
You're
is
not always
true.
100% wrong. It was a spec play,
That is true.
and those are the
This one-
funnest kind of. That's the funnest kind of spec. When you
I get
actually
it.
sit there and brainstorm and take different ideas, different ways to go. It's not just stuff that's A to B.
Right.
When you piece together shit, that's the kind of spec that I
Connect the
enjoy.
dots. Yeah.
Right. And this is a great spec book if the MCU is going in that direction.
Yeah.
MCU is shown, just to let you guys know, the MCU is actually shown in a panel here as a cameo. They're watching, I don't know if it's Iron Man 2 or something, but even Wiki notifies it as Earth 19999 on a TV screen. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love shit like that. All right. What's this selling for? 25?
$20 to $25.
All right. Next, number 7. A beautiful oldie but goodie. NYX number 3. First appearance of X-23. Love this. Love what is it? Number 4, right? That
4 is the better cover. Yeah.
4 is the better cover, but still her. It's still her on the cover. People might not realize it doesn't show her claws or anything, but it's definitely her.
No, I actually think this is the better cover because
Really? Oh wow.
Because if you like take it for what it's worth, one, it's somebody looking out a car window, her being the prostitute, and look at that fear. There's way more emotion in this, and it's Josh Middleton anyway. It's really well done. So this is a bit of an interesting one. So everybody knows all keys, especially major keys, have been dropping for a while, like basically all of 22.
Big time.
Drop. This one must have finally actually bottomed out because it started the year basically 9/8 were like $2,000. It dropped all the way down till last month was $1,200. Now this last week, it's now back up to $1,300 to $1,400. So it bottomed out at 12. Now it's back up to 13 to 14. I'm hoping that this is a sign of things to come. That a lot of these books that have dropped so far are basically kind of at the bottom, and this is basically kind of the last time that we might have a chance to buy some. Like I honestly, I've been looking at this book all year and watching it drop, and I told myself if it gets to 1,000, I'm buying me a 9.8 copy, and it didn't get there, so so I didn't get it, but
Great character. Great character. She just got cast in some new movie. I can't remember the girl that plays her, Daphne.
The acolyte for Star
Daphne
Wars?
Keane. Daphne
Yeah, Star Wars Acolyte. Yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
Mel. Yeah, so it looks very interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see where
My mind is so much sharper when I'm sober. Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
I noticed that.
and I still don't know for sure. Is this pronounced NYX or is it Nix?
NYX, because it's New York X-Men, right? New York X-Men.
I don't know. That's a great question. I always thought it was NYX.
Me too.
So,
But I still call it Nix 3.
yeah,
Yeah.
just shorten it. So, all right, number 6 this week. Another foil homage reprint facsimile that has taken over the list the past couple months. At number 6, this is Superman number 75, the special foil variant, special edition, 1 in 25 Dan Jurgens.
Yeah, so this is the same thing that's on the trade paperback, right?
Yeah, same front image.
Yeah, same front image. Obviously, it's blown up, and you can see kind of even the dot, the dot
Matrix.
pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the old school print. First, okay, I got 2 questions. One, why are they doing this? I mean, Superman 75 was the most overprinted book of all time.
And was terrible. Not good.
Yeah, so why are we reprinting it now when there was 6 million copies out there to start with? Second, they not only reprinted it, but they did it in 2 different versions this week. They did this one that's basically listed as Superman number 75 special edition, and then Death of Superman 30th anniversary. Why are they doing? What is going on? I mean, it's not even. I mean.
He didn't stay dead. He's fucking running around right now. What the fuck?
I don't understand. I'm so confused.
Let's be honest. It's a money grab. I mean, let's be honest. That's all this is. This is
it's
turning into a complete money grab from all angles.
A great money grab is like a great idea. This is not a good idea. He's fucking still alive.
I'm not saying it's a great money grab.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I don't get it. I'm with Ben. I don't get why would you do this?
Yeah. It's eventually either something will change and we'll learn and this will kind of die down, or it's going to continue and slowly not only kill the hobby, but it's going to stop people like us from being excited about it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this one's again, I mean, it's got the nostalgia factor just because it's got that same and I'm guessing
it'd have been great if he was to stay dead. It would have been fucking fantastic. He's fucking running around.
I honestly, I mean, a lot of people don't agree with me and they roll their eyes, but I think New Comic Book Day every Wednesday is a cash grab too. I think that's just way too much. I think they should do it like bi-weekly, like they did it in the late 90s. And, cut the store variants. It will help our market, especially on the key back issues. This is dumb.
Preaching to the choir, brother. Preaching to the choir.
Well, hey, you know what's funny? I mean, we say it's dumb. People are buying these. I mean, people still buy those Superman 75s even from the 90s. I mean, they're still buying them. I mean, there's something to be said about nostalgia that regardless of whether we think it's stupid or not, somebody doesn't. And I mean, there's a reason that people are paying $40 to $50 for this book.
That's what it's going for?
Yeah, I wouldn't pay it. I probably wouldn't pay even a third of that. But somebody is, and maybe we're just all wrong.
Could be.
Good point.
All right, next on the list at number 5. I like this one. Gears of War number 1. From Wildstorm Comics back in the day, a video game comic. I love these old school video game comics, whether they're promo, whether they're cool little stories. They just seem to have value on top of being a cool little nostalgia thing that isn't killing me every show. I love this stuff. So this is cool right here. Gears of War #1 at number 5.
Yeah, this got picked up this week, I think, by
Yeah.
Netflix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Animated, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it animated?
Actually, there's two. There's a live action and an animated
Film.
series.
Yeah, there's a film coming.
It's
and a
gonna
series.
be a fucking great film. If I pray, put it like that, I'll pray that this film is great because the story from part 1 was fucking amazing.
Well, you want to know what's cool about this book, and this is what I like about a lot of video game books like this, including like Resident Evil and stuff like that. Is some of them they will tell stories that happen in between the series that you might not get from the video game. So if you're a big fan of the video game, you get more new content story wise from these comics, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like those Marvel. What's those Marvel? God, we haven't talked about it so long. My mind is blown.
The mini comics?
No, it's the ones that we used to talk about in the Flipside chat with Long Short. They're from the MCU, and what
promo books.
And basically, I forgot what they're called, but they're
photo
like
variants.
Yeah, you get the photo variant of the MCU, whatever, and they're in the MCU continuity, not in the 616. And basically, how Marvel explained it, Marvel.com, they say that it explains what happened between movies.
Oh, like those handbook things or whatever.
Yeah. There's also 2 variants that are tough to find too. This right here, I believe, is the 1 in 10 by Brandon Badeau, which is a cool cover. And I don't think it's as cool as the A cover. I really like that A cover. There's also a tough to find Blockbuster Video exclusive.
I love that cover.
Yeah,
I like the colors.
Oh man, that is a tough one. I bet.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
I will just say I'm still leery of any video game adaptation until I see a one that's actually done really well. We'll see if The Last of Us does it. They've got the budget with HBO.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's good or not. Uncharted.
When was the last good one?
Uncharted was Tomb Raider was okay.
What about the one with Mark Wahlberg, Max
Payne?
Max Payne.
Max
That
Payne.
was horrible.
Prince of Persia was terrible.
Prince of
That was
Persia.
shit.
Assassin's Creed was okay, but
It was okay.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah.
That's fucking. That's a fucking good question.
So until
World of Warcraft, I thought World of Warcraft was amazing, but that's because I'm a World of Warcraft fan and I know.
I
the
love
lore.
World of War, exactly the lore. It was Monster Hunter the same way. It was a shit movie, but the lore of that world, it was fucking fantastic. Like you had to be a real fan of Monster Hunter to really appreciate that film.
Now I will say the Dungeons and Dragons movie looks entertaining. So I'm not really sure if it's gonna be, but like I said, I think if The Last of Us can't do it, then I'm not sure it's actually possible because they've got the budget is the budget that they have for that, and with how HBO does not really put out bad content ever. So if they can't do it, then I'm not sure it can be done.
Sonic, I forgot about Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic.
Ready Player One, Resident Evil,
Ready Player One was good, but that wasn't a video game.
Yeah, was it a game?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, Uncharted.
Mortal Kombat, old school. The old school one was good.
I love the
Halo was garbage. JH, I'm putting you on timeout just for that comment.
Damn.
Um,
That was absolutely garbage. You are not allowed to make stupid comments like that. No, I'm just
Jesus.
He's good people.
I'm just joking. All right. How much did you say this was selling for?
Okay, so there was a CGC 10 that sold for 900. CGC 9.9 sold for 400. 9/8 of this are selling for about 260 to 270 ish.
Not bad. Not bad.
Raw
Shout out to
copies,
Drew, Wanted Comics.
Yeah, raw copies are up to about 25-30.
That's it.
So, this wasn't. I don't think this was like super rare. This was like when Wildstorm, and these are easy to get high grades on because they had like that plastic paper. It's like almost it's got that weird feeling on it. So they honestly, for condition wise, that's like the best paper for comic books ever.
Yeah, the black's tough, but I was just thinking about adaptations. Remember Hitman? That was a good one. I liked that one. And Hitman Agent 47, the sequel.
Hitman was good. Like you almost kind of forgot about the game because the movie was good. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, you guys. We took a little break from the silliness, but at number 4, here it is. We had a gold one, we had a silver one, now we got a pink one. There's going to be a rainbow colored one. There's going to be a camouflage one. We're going to have an invisible one soon. And so be on the lookout. At number 4, you guys, this is Death of Superman 30th anniversary pink foil variant.
Mel knows more about this. He
I don't want to talk about it.
No. What's going on here?
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna say this. If I'm buying this Superman, whatever, the red is the one why would I want pink? Superman was not pink. He's red.
Why is there no kryptonite version? There should be a green glowing one.
I'm so confused.
That's actually a great
glow
point.
in the dark. Yeah, glow in the dark green one. Let's do what else? Why is there no refractor version? We need a Mojo refractor. We need a pink speckled refractor. We need a gold wave. I'm sure we can come up with 15 more.
So I got the only information I knew about this because I was like, I've seen this pink thing before. Where did I see it from? And I was looking at my email and hold on, let me see if I can find it.
For those who don't know, this is selling for like $400.
No way. Is this like a 1 in 250 or 1 in 400?
Well, according to this, they got a box of them, and it says this exclusive is only available to the redeemable section of the BTC Loyalty Club Hub. You will need 1,500 reward points to redeem the exclusive if you want it for free. This exclusive will never be available anywhere else but the BTC Loyalty Club Hub redeemable section.
Yeah. Big Time Collectibles is the one that put out the originals. They're the ones that took a lot of ire from a big part of the public, especially social media world. Especially if you remember correctly, they were taking a lot of heat, them and CGC, because they put CGC's logo on the back, and then they were putting out the gold version only in gradable 9.8s and made it kind of look like CGC was part of the sale. That's kind of like people how we're getting the feeling. And CGC, we had Matt Nelson on the show on Beyond Wednesdays to talk to him about it and the acetate stuff, and he had no idea about any of that stuff, and it didn't seem very, very cool. I know then that Nelson from Big Time Collectibles went on another content creator, it might have been Journo, I can't remember, and talked about it, and said that they weren't doing it because they were any negative reasons, or they just thought it would be cool. But it feels like they're just again, listen, I get it. We all want to make money, and we want that golden goose, right? But I'm going to be honest, you can't keep doing this. If Bird City, listen, I love Bird City, I love Aunt Laura, but if they come out with another $8 billion Genies book, that looks like the same, like the Mario 2 looked great, but I think that's to end it, right? You can't keep putting that out because it makes the rest not as cool, if that makes sense. The same way we got mad back in the day when we saw Adi Gronoff putting out his own variant, and all of a sudden we see those rare ratio covers being reprinted as exclusive. We got mad at it. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Now that you had said it, I'm thinking about what you guys. If this shit was green, it shouldn't be popping.
Yeah.
that was a great idea.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't want to because I don't want to seem like I'm talking bad about the people, but
I mean, look at all these really nice McFarlane Torment homages. I mean, most of them are cool to look at, but there's just so many. Who cares?
Yeah. It makes it not cool anymore. Period. Just they're not that cool anymore.
So only one of these sold.
That was the only one I could see, but there were a few listed and
Listed for cheaper than 400.
I'm not sure they're listed for cheaper than 400. There was one at auction that still has time to go, and it was well over 100.
Wow, you can't even buy them. Yeah, so Mel's
you
right.
You gotta redeem. Yeah, it came in the email. That's the email from BTC.
Yeah. All right, on to the next one, you guys. Number 3. There it is. Definitely one of the hottest books this week for sure. That I've been hearing about. We all kind of knew it was the easiest thing to call from a mile away as soon as James Gunn got hired that he was going to be thinking Lobo. That's James Gunn shtick all day, every day. And then he came out and dropped a little bit of nuggets and people went crazy, and rightfully so. I think Lobo's a great character done correctly. It could help rejuvenate DC and Warner Brothers. So here we go. Mega Man number 3 on the list.
Ronald McDonald number 1.
Mm-hmm. Clown
second appearance of Lobo.
I love the background though. It has that old school LB Cole space, planets with the different colors, and I love the background, man.
Every time I look at this, I think it's a Liefeld cover.
Why? Because you don't see feet.
No, because look. I mean, look at her pose. Liefeld uses that pose like every single cover. Like they're always doing something going, every one of them.
Yeah, it's like in your face.
And their legs are super rigid and
the face.
What is this going for? I sold mine for like $50, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Let's see here. A couple weeks ago, this 9/8 were selling for $250. Now they're at $350.
All right.
I mean, I understand the gun stuff, but I don't think Lobo's ever coming to.
No, I disagree.
I don't see it. There's. I mean, the amount of money it would take to produce some kind of a Lobo.
They're already doing it though. They're doing it with Guardians or Green Lantern. Green Lantern is the same thing. They're out in the middle of some space sector, and that's what Lobo is.
Yeah, but Green Lantern is not. Green Lantern has like my wife knows who Green Lantern is.
Yeah.
She has no idea who Lobo is. There is no general appeal to Lobo. To comic geeks, yeah, sure, we know who it is, but that's outside of comics, nobody would be like, oh yeah, I want to go watch some weird looking
that's why that's why they should have used Momoa. Just kill Aquaman off and put Momoa in Lobo.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
Remember the spec on Crush that Harley Quinn and Megan or
that's
Lobo
not,
or
that was legit. Lucas asked the husband and wife
Palmiotti and Connor.
Yes, he asked them at Baltimore. It was last year. They confirmed that was true.
So okay, I'll tell you guys backstage.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I love Lobo. I thought the only bad time in Lobo land was when they redid him back in that
TV show.
Yeah. It was so bad when they remade the character and he was all metrosexual.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Yeah, and Chad is right. An R-rated Lobo would be amazing. It'd be like Deadpool for DC.
Yeah. And that's the direction they're going. I mean, look at Peacemaker. I mean, James Gunn's perfect for this character if it adapts to that media.
Fucking R-rated Wonder Twins. I don't know why they didn't go that route, but whatever.
Yeah.
They don't think they wanted to pay me. I think that's what it was.
That would be awesome if James Gunn could make like that, like an R-rated or an NC-17, and they show like the DCEU's Harley Quinn and him like hooking up, and then Crush comes. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Is this real? Momoa posted that he got his dream part with DC.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Murphy's Multiverse just reported on it.
Wait, so he's playing Lobo? So they're all gonna kill off Aquaman?
Is he gonna play both?
I don't know.
That would make no sense to play both, but him as Lobo I'm there. I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Tom, for breaking the news. That'd be great.
All right. How much did you say this was selling for?
9/8 are back up to $350.
That still seemed low to me. I think that should be a $500 book.
Especially with this Momoa news.
But there are literally, I mean, the number of these books that are out there is just astronomical.
I listed mine on Monday or two, right when the article came out about James Gunn. I listed it right away. It sold like within 5 minutes for $100. So it was I listed, I think, at 9.0.
I got a short box of Lobo books that are gone ASAP. So,
let me know. I might want to grab one or two of those.
Hey, this Saturday, 2 p.m. on Whatnot. Next at number 2. There it is, you guys. You knew it was going to be here. It's back on the list. Black Panther number 3. I had people hitting me up. Why is Black Panther 3 getting hot? And I felt like going, which one? You know? It's like first Shuri, first Tosin. It's interesting, but I don't know what to think about it. I love this A cover, though. The A cover is so much better than the Torrin Clark, in my opinion.
Alex Ross.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm going to talk about it in Drunken Chat. Put it like that.
Okay.
And it's three. I got 3 reasons why it is, and I got 3 reasons why it's not.
What is one reason why it is? Because I would love to know why people are making this jump today or the last 2 days.
Should we spoil it or should we?
How can you do this? I mean, everybody is speculating on something. It's just how do you?
Let's do it like this. You got 5 seconds. If you don't want to hear it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When I give you a thumbs up, that means come back.
Well, the only reason why I only got one reason why I think it could. No, I don't think it. Why one reason why it could be because we know. Well, we theorize that Tosin is going to be a part of the MCU. You can't have a guy named Toussaint and Tosin. That's two. Their names are too close together, and we know they're bringing Tosin in to be the next Black Panther. So that's what we're thinking, and it makes sense. But to have a Toussaint and a Tosin those names don't mesh well with each other, and you can easily, like how people are saying now that he said Tosin, but they didn't say Tosin, they said Toussaint. So that's one reason why I think it. I'm not gonna say I think, because I definitely don't think it's Tosin, but you know what I'm trying to say.
So like Hodor,
right?
So like hold the door, no,
right?
Hodor. Well, that's what we're going with.
He's so young though, and his name changed. So let's say. This is just a reach and it's a theory, but let's say he ends up, being a teenager and then he's learning how to be a superhero and he hangs out with the Avengers and then they start calling him Tosin because it's too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dino, I agree. It's definitely reach. Like I said, I got 3 reasons why and then 3 reasons why not. I just had to come. I can't think of 2 other reasons why it would be him, but that first reason, of course, it's a reach. Yes. I don't think it's him. Number 2, I don't think it's him. I mean, number 1, I don't think it because of the age, like you said. This kid is young, and in the storyline in the comics, like he's already he's a grown ass man.
Yeah, so that's why
amalgamation, baby, amalgamation, like you said earlier.
But my thing is this: you have to have his name. They introduce him in the movie as T'Challa. That's his Wakanda name. We don't know how old MCU Storm is yet. They could be brought up together and become a couple, which would be weird as shit. Because in some universes, you're his mom and you're Black Panther's mom.
I don't think any of this is weird. Here's what I think. I think that they needed to continue the legacy of T'Challa as Black Panther, and in doing so, they took their writing helmets on and put them on after the loss of Chadwick Boseman, and they said, okay, what's the best way to continue having a T'Challa as Black Panther? Here it is. Let's add a little bit of nuggets in there to, throw a shout out to the people that are reading the comics like they, do all the time with little background stuff. And now you have the legacy of T'Challa as Black Panther to continue, right?
And Knife just nailed it right there. Tosa's name is Tosin Oyude. The kid's name in the movie is Toussaint T'Challa. There it is. Case fucking closed. Boom.
Boom. All right, you guys, that is enough spoilers. Everybody come back now. You guys are good. So, all right. What is this selling for, Ben?
9/8 are back up to 200, 80 to 90 raw. To be honest, I mean, the whole book itself, just from the time that it came out, selling super high then, and it's really not ever like collapsed at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are just keeping copies, or what. I don't know what everybody's doing with their copies.
I have 5.
I'm still holding.
Yeah, I'm still holding.
I got 3 9/8 to the 1 in 25.
Nice.
So I think that, like, in this particular book, I think what a lot of people did was they sold off just enough to break, basically cover the cost of everything. And they're just like, look, I don't have anything invested in this. This is, if I have to hold on to these things for 5 years, then I hold on to these for 5 years. I have no money tied up in them. Everybody got in so cheap on this that I just think people are just keeping them. They're like, I wouldn't
love the
sell
juice
it.
go.
Hey, I mean, you can't pass this Ross cover up.
They're all good, but the Juiceco is great. How he's on that branch like a panther, and I just love it. But yeah, the Ross is great. So, all right, you guys, on to number 1 this week, The Amazing Spider-Man number 10 from 2015. This is the first appearance of Spider-Punk, and with recent news of casting the voice of Spider-Punk and Into the Spider-Verse, we have this book catching heat again, which rightfully so. I think that this is such a great character that even the horrific series that came out recently is not enough to harm it, even though it was so bad. This is such a great character. Everything about this character's look, everything. I love it.
What made that series so bad? I did not read it. So.
It wasn't Punk.
It was a mashup, and it was just yeah.
It was just like the whole thing that happened with Miles Thor.
Yeah.
The person that wrote it had no idea what punk, the punk aesthetic was, how punk was like in the 80s. They just tried to make people look punk and then give them a real like weird woke feeling that, and it was cheesy and again just being really again, I don't want to say pandering, but it felt like they were trying to pandering and just not knowing what they were doing.
I liked it. I read the entire run. I actually liked it.
It's over already?
I'm pretty sure, right? It
was
only like, but I thought I thought these new mashup characters were stupid. Like that new Taskmaster character, the Daredevil, female Daredevil that played drums. The Riri. But it was actually pretty cool because they were fighting. It was out of continuity. They're fighting this version of Kraven and all this, and it was kind of funny, quirky, but it just, like Brian said, it felt forced. Felt that way. Like a Disney, it was like Disney did that comic instead of Marvel, straight up.
Yeah, the art was good though. I will say that the art was fan-freaking-tastic, man.
The paper stuff.
Yeah, they had a big problem with those variants. There were some great variant covers, that's for sure. So yeah,
Well,
Craven the vegan.
whatever happened in that series, I mean, basically this book had dropped quite a bit during that series. Like you could have picked this up just a couple weeks ago for like less than $20.
What are they going for now?
Now they're back over 50 raw.
Let me tell
Really?
you. Let me tell you what
Yeah.
happened. So, about a month ago, there was an article that came out that was published by Daniel RPK, and then it was reran by Screen Rant and CBR, and they were saying that the Spider Punk was the alter ego was going to be English and not Hobie Brown. Once they casted the dude from Nope, what's his name?
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
To voice Spider Punk, because they thought it was a done deal. He had because the screenshots they had of the leaks, he's got like a UK thing or whatever. I mean, and these scoopers ran with it, and then they casted the perfect person, and he's not. I don't think he's from the UK. I think he's American, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, no, I think he's UK. He's British in the.
Okay, so
yeah.
So they are going to go with the British, because the article was basically saying that this is the character in the comics, but it's not going to be the same. It's going to be a completely different, like not a retcon, but like Spider-Punk's just the source material, when the actual animation is almost like the comics in the sense, you know. A lot of people got turned off, and then all of a sudden when they casted the gentleman from Nope, this book went crazy this week.
Yeah. Real quick, I just saw something that just changes everything. Put your earmuffs on, spoiler people, and close your eyes for a second. What about this here, right here, Mel?
Yeah. I said it wrong. I fucked up. Dino, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. He's still not toasted.
Yeah.
Dino's absolutely right. I messed up. It came out wrong.
Very cool.
T'Challa is his Wakanda name, and I think
Prince T'Challa.
From what I was told, that she the mother took him to Haiti, and he has his Haitian name. So Dino, you're absolutely right, brother. You're absolutely right.
Oh yeah, because it's like a French.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But he's not toasting. Let's can't put that out there now.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. So 208 live till the end. Thank you guys. I want to remind everybody to jump on over to It's Drunken Chat, son. We'll have the return of Mighty Mel V tonight. Ben, you got anything coming up this next week? Nope.
Nope. I'm driving to Columbus tomorrow.
My first official day, I just went through interviews and training, but my first official day is Monday at my new job, so that's like my first where I'm actually going to get paid. I mean, I got paid where I actually my contract and stuff, so I'm not going to be able. I've been telling people on my live streams and the videos I've been making, the content I've been creating, that I'm trying to put as much as I can out this week, because I don't know how often I'm going to be able to do it forthwith, at least for the next 6 months while I'm getting licensed.
Nice. Mel, you got anything coming up this next week?
Got a crazy sale tomorrow. At 11 o'clock. You know how I get down. 1-100s, 1-1000. I got that Cuban Wolverine sketch starting at $1. Got that Captain Carter 1-25 starting at $1. The Captain America pay card at Captain America starting for I guess got crazy.
What time is your sale at?
11 p.m. Eastern.
11 p.m. Eastern. Okay, you guys. So make sure you guys go bookmark Mel's sale. Also, you guys, I have a sale tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Go check it out. Craziness. $2 p.m. tomorrow, you guys. Nothing but craziness. We will also have McFarlane Toys Nothing but crazy McFarlane stuff and other really cool stuff. We'll see you there, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for hanging out with us, you guys, every Friday right here on the House of Stein. We out.